Hey everyone, I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Today we're going to review the Marvel Select Taskmaster figure from Diamond Select Toys. He is based on his appearance in the Black Widow movie. The figure is packaged in the standard Select packaging, and it's a nicely done blister card with very nice artwork, as you can see there. It's got the Black Widow movie logo, it's got the Avengers logo, and it's got the Marvel Select logo on top. Take a look at the side is a movie still of Taskmaster, and they did a very nice job there. And of course, let's take a look at the back. The back gives you a look at nicely done artwork of Black Widow, look at the figure, and a brief description, which you can see right there. So what I'm going to do now is open them up and take a closer look. I would also like to thank Diamond Select Toys for providing him for review. Hey guys, so as you can see, I've taken Taskmaster out of packaging, and the design, I think they did a very nice job on it. It's definitely a unique design, a lot of great colors for him. There's a lot of good elements about this costume and everything that I personally like, and I think that fans going to see the movie will like as well. However, I am more used to the comic book design, but for people that don't know who Taskmaster is, and this is very good for them, and even some long-term Marvel fans, I think will definitely love the design. I do like how they kept the skull helmet, faceplate, whatever, what's over his head here, and they painted it in a metallic silver. I think that stands out very well with the black glasses there and everything else about this. The sharp colors, the metallic blue, the metallic silver, the orange, and the dark gray colors, I think it all works very nicely together. It all blends. It's definitely a design that stands out, in my opinion, and I think they did a very nice job with it as far as that, while keeping some elements from the comic appearance, such as the skull face, things like that, and the of course the hood. You gotta love that. There's definitely a lot of elements here that fans will love, and as you can see, they did a very nice job on the paintwork and everything. The figure stands out very nicely, and the metallic deco makes these part of the armor nice and shiny. So let's turn him to the side here. You see that there's some good paint applications and sculpting to his arms, and chest, and legs. There's definitely a lot of detail going on with this sculpt. And let's turn him around to the other side here. And this mimics the other arm, as you can see, as does mimics the other leg. So again, there's definitely a lot of great detail here. And of course, the back. The backpack looks great. It's doesn't stick out too much, but I like it. I think they did a very nice job on it. The only thing that I don't like about this figure is the way that they designed his legs. I don't like the gap that you can see here. It sticks out a little bit. It's noticeable, and I wish that they had redesigned it. But overall, I think they did a very nice job on it. And just for reference, there's a look at the head sculpt. There's a closer look. You can see all that great attention to detail there. I think they did a very nice job on it. The hood is not removable, in case anyone was wondering. And you also see a closer look at all that great sculpting to the chest and everything, the armor. I really like the amount of detail offered in this figure. Okay, and now let's take a look at some of his accessories. I put the sword and shield in his hand, and I think it looks really good on them. As you can see there, they kept the comic book pattern of the shield right there, and it's painted in orange and a metallic silver. I think it's a very nice mix, and they did a very nice job there. And again, the sword is also painted in orange and metallic silver. I think that looks great as well, that you can see there. One thing that I'm sure you realize is that the sword is a bit small. It looks more like a giant knife than an actual sword, which I think it's probably a little bit disappointing, but overall, I really like what they did here. I think they did a good job. And there's another look at the sword and shield. Again, I think they did a very nice job on it. There's a lot of great paintwork going on there, excellent sculpting, and I think it definitely stands out. And there's a closer look at the sword, in case you guys were wondering. Has a lot of great sculpted details to it, a lot of excellent paintwork going on. And there's another look at the shield, an even closer look. I think they did a phenomenal job on it. And it can slide up and down the form as shown. Multiple poses, things like that. It stays still when it's up here like that. Okay, and here's some bonus content for you guys watching the video that you won't see on the written portion and photo gallery of this review on toyhypeusa.com, link below in the description on YouTube. This is a comparison with Hasbro's Marvel Legends version of Taskmaster, inspired from the movie, Black Widow movie. And I even compared both figures to some movie stills that I found online. And it looks like DST has a closer resemblance to Taskmaster. For example, the bold stripes on his chest is too bold, and DST has a better design to give you a better likeness to how he looks in the film. Sometimes Hasbro designs aren't always 100% movie accurate, but, and you know, unfortunately that's the case here. And you can see there's some significant differences between the two figures. For example, the sword. The sword on the Marvel Select figure from DST is a lot shorter than it is on the Hasbro figure, which is a lot longer. I don't know which one is movie accurate as far as the sword. I couldn't find reference of that, but I'm going to take a guess and say that DST likeness is more in tone with the movie. And that's just a guess again. And the shield is very similar between the two designs. I don't really have any complaints there. The only difference is the scale, really. And as I'm sure you're aware, Marvel Legends is 6-inch, Marvel Select is 7-inch. So, I mean, that's the difference there. But again, with the design, you see some major differences between the attention to detail on this chest, the arms, the legs. There's a lot of differences going on here. And there's a view on the side. Also, the hood on the Marvel Legends figure closes up from under his head, whereas the Marvel Select figure, it's more on the side that you see there. And you also see the differences on the shoulder pads here. Hasbro has a darker metallic gray. DST is more metallic silver. And let's look at the back. And you see there's some major significant differences on the backpack there. Things like that. So there's definitely a lot of differences going on between the two figures. They're different scales from different companies. So you would definitely expect that to happen. But again, overall, I would grab the this figure from DST, as it's a closer movie likeness, in my opinion. Taskmaster also includes a bow and 2 arrows. As you can see, I put the bow in his left hand, and his sword is still in his right hand. I'll show you the arrows in a few moments. But I just want to point out that with the bow, there's nowhere to put the arrows, unfortunately. And in my opinion, I really don't like it when they do that. I like to be able to put the arrows somewhere and display them right on the bow. So it's unfortunate when there's nowhere a figure can actually hold the arrow onto the bow. There's no clip or anything on either side. As you can see there, he can just hold it. And here's a look at the arrow. It can be held in his hand, but not that well, in my opinion. And it's unfortunate when they don't make it so that the bow and arrow can't connect like that, for example. I particularly, again, don't like it when they do that. I like to be able to display it like that, or, you know, bend this a little bit out, have the arrow attached to that as if he's about to shoot the arrow, and then release it, you know, something like that. But they did do a good job sculpting it, and at least the bow and arrow anyway, even though there's no clip or anything. There is a lot of detail here going on, some great paint applications, things like that that you can see. And there's a look at him holding the bow and the sword again. You can have them positioned in multiple different ways. Nope. As shown. So there's a lot of options to display it, but again, not with the arrow. And here's a look at Taskmaster holding one of the arrows that I mentioned a few moments ago. He can hold it in his hand, at least the tip, it stays in there pretty well, but I honestly don't think it looks right as it doesn't connect to the bow, and that's pretty disappointing about this figure. I know you can say the same thing about certain Green Arrow and Hawkeye figures over the years, but I think a character, when they have an iconic accessory such as a bow, the arrow should attach to it. And just for fun, there's a look at him holding both arrows, both on the top and bottom of his hand. I know it's kind of silly, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of everything. It can be, you know, you can turn it like that, have him hold both. But I just wanted to give you guys an idea of the size of the arrows in relationship to them, things like that. And the arrows are also identical. And here's a closer look. I played around with it a few more moments, and if you get it positioned right, it does have the appearance of him, of the bow holding up the arrow, but as you saw before, that is not the case, unfortunately. And as you can see to the side, the arrow is a little bit of gap between there, as there's no clip or anything to hold it. But to turn it on the front like that, it does look like he's about to fire the arrow using the bow. And that's generally what you see on figures that include a bow, for at least the majority of them. Over the years, they did release some with the, the bow and arrow connected to each other. But again, that is not the case here. Taskmaster also includes a set of interchangeable hands with claws on them. Just as you would see on Black Panther, Taskmaster comes with those as well. And they look really good on him, in my opinion. You can definitely see the claws there. These are great attention to detail. As you can see, the claws are painted in a metallic silver. So they definitely stand out on the figure if you look closely. I think you could see it a little bit better on the left hand than the right on this particular figure for whatever reason. But I think they did a very nice job on that. And here's a look at Taskmaster with all of his accessories, the bow, both arrows, 5 interchangeable hands, 2 of them's on him, the sword and shield. So overall, I think they did a phenomenal job on this figure. Great movie likeness, great attention to detail. Paint applications are superb. Articulation is standard to Marvel Select. No real changes or surprises there. Quality is great. They definitely offered a nice looking figure. Overall, I think he's definitely worth picking up. I like him better than the Marvel Legends version. Again, better likeness, better detail, in my opinion. So make sure to pick him up. He is available now at comic book stores and select online retailers that carry Marvel Select. So make sure to pick him up. Order through our links. You can see purchase on toyhypeusa.com on the written portion and photo gallery segment of this review. The link is in the description below on YouTube, or just below the video if it's embedded onto the website. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Diamond Select Toys for providing Taskmaster for a review. We greatly appreciate that. I, for one, can't wait to see the Black Widow movie. It's been delayed because of COVID-19. And it's coming May 2021. I think May 7th, it said 2021. It's supposedly a good movie, and I look forward to it. I am Anthony Scott of toyhypeusa.com. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and share this video. Please follow us on social media. Links below on YouTube in the description, or on the upper right-hand side of the website under Follow Us. You will be looking for icons. Thank you again, and stay tuned for more coverage.